Hey everybody, this is that drummer guy Josh Runquist, and I'm here with Ronnie from Stolen Babies, who's going to be opening the show here tonight with Firewind and Turisas. How's it going?
Good.
I noticed when I first heard about this bill, it's a very strange lineup that I noticed. How did that come about?
Well, our agent submitted us for the tour. First, that's how it usually works. I mean, agents know other agents, and they kind of throw bands around. And this one came up. Territories, the routing, time frame, all of that we take into consideration. The other bands, and this is the first time we really were hearing of Firewind with Turisas. So we looked them up, and we were like, oh, it's definitely not our genre. I mean, it wasn't like this shoot it down kind of like, well, no, we're not going to do it. As a band that's kind of doing your own thing like we are anyway, it really doesn't matter who we play with. The next few months we're lined up playing with bands that are still not even close to our genre, style, and whatever. But it seems to work. I mean, when you're a band at our level and working at an independent level, the important thing is just to play. If you're playing for a room packed full of people who, half of them get it, half of them don't, then fine. You walk away with that many more people knowing who you are. And will probably come again next time you play their town. That's really all we're concerned about. It just so happens that this tour has really been good. You can't win over everybody. I mean, there's certain cities and certain venues that we played where, some people are more enthusiastic than others. And we don't blame them. It's totally cool. We know what kind of band we are. We know we're hard to digest for the first time hearing it. There's a lot of confusion, a lot of furrowed brows watching us. And that's fine. We've been in their shoes before. I've seen bands that I now love. The first time I saw them, I was like, I get it. So anyway, that's it. That's my long answer. Long-winded answer. A lot of hot air coming out.
But it's a very good answer as well. And being a guy like me, it's like I love everything across the board when it comes like rock and metal. Cool. So like seeing a tour like this is right up my alley because I'm not hearing the same band twice in one night.
Yeah.
And very much so. So the latest album, Not, which I've been playing a lot on my show, and it's actually been getting a lot of good recognition, which I'm very happy to see with people listening to it.
Great.
And a lot of great songs on there.
Thank you.
How has the crowd reception been since the album has come out?
Great. There's some of our familiar faces that we see in cities. Last time we came through, our album wasn't out. I think it was out digitally, but it didn't physically release until we were already back.
I think you guys played the Sunday before it came out.
Something like that, yeah. And that was still just digital. I mean, it didn't come out a hard copy until we were already done with the Devon tour.
Right.
So, it's been great to come back and revisit these cities where the fans we picked up from that run are coming to see us. They're familiar with the songs, they know them, they're translating really well live. We're doing a good balanced set of about probably half from the first album, half from the new album. And, yeah, it's great.
Ah, very cool. Yeah. So how's the song selection been since the new tour? I mean, from going from Devon to doing this.
The songs we played with Devon were just the ones that we were kind of, the most tight and familiar with. Davey, our touring guitarist, he was just kind of learning everything we were throwing at him. So with the Devon tour, there wasn't too much prep time with that. It was just kind of like, all right, I think we rehearsed once before the tour and then we left. Just kind of warm up to our, get into the groove a few shows in. So those first few cities are always the guinea pigs with, just how well we're gelling and stuff. But this time, we had the time to say, hey, we're not going to play the same set like we did with Devon. Not's been out for a few months, and people are familiar with the new stuff, so let's play more stuff from Not. We didn't really try to cater too much about, well, there's going to be a lot of people at these concerts who are more inclined to like either the heavier songs or the straightforward, we even have straightforward stuff at these shows just because of the nature of the other bands.
Yeah.
But you know, if you try to pander and you try to cater your set to what you think people are going to like, it's hard totally just doing what you want to do. So coming up with the set list for this, we were just like, yeah, this is a well-rounded set. That's all we were concerned about. We weren't concerned about what we thought everybody was going to like. It was like, this is who we are. This is from our first album, our new album. That's it. When we get new material, we'll start playing the new material.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to be happy with what you're playing too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, if for some reason, like, one song becomes a hit and then you become sick of it at some point. But it's still at the same time, you got to be happy with what you're playing. Totally.
I mean, I know that on the Devon tour, we didn't play Mouse Food, and that's one that's been getting a lot of airplay, I guess, on metal radio and a lot of college radio stations. So Mouse Food is in the rotation this tour, and it's such a great live song.
Oh, yeah.
It's really fun to play. You'll hear it tonight, and it's cool.
Oh, very cool. So what are your plans after this tour?
We're home for just a couple of weeks, then we leave again. Another East Coast run that we're doing with the World Inferno Friendship Society, and a couple dates with Rasputina as a part of that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. You know, that's more the closest thing probably to what we do, or at least where we're coming from. You know, again, I wasn't familiar with them until the submission. Check them out. Dominique's heard of them before. Their name was thrown out to her a few tours ago. People were like, "Oh, this band, you should play with them." So it's always cool when things come back around again, when a fan or multiple people will write to us and tell us, "Check out this band," and we end up crossing paths with them later. So from what I heard and saw of them, they're cool. That'll be a lot of fun. Then after that, April is the Lacuna Coil, Coal Chamber, and Seven Dust tour. The second half of that. It's like a big run, and we're jumping on the second half. Then in May, we're going out too. I don't know if I can officially say with who, but it's going to be a good one. That one's going to be a lot of Canada dates and some states, but that's a direct support thing. That's not an opener. So that'll be fun. Kind of working our way up the food chain over here. And then we'll probably, we have videos in the works. One of them's almost done. Another one for Mouse Food is being worked on as we speak. And then we'll chill for a little bit, and we'll probably go do a headlining thing on the West Coast, since we're kind of neglecting the West Coast for a few months. Yeah.
It definitely sounds like a busy schedule, which I'm happy to see for you guys.
Thanks. Yeah, this is the busiest I think we've been ever.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Yeah, because I was doing the interview with you back in September, it was the first time you guys ever hit Minnesota.
Yeah.
And then you guys are back here just a few months later, which is really cool.
We actually feel like a real band for once. We're playing a city and coming back to it, as opposed to what we did with Squabbles, where we played Canada, and a few years later, hi, here we are again, New York even. So it's great. We really do feel like we're doing we're doing the work that needs to be done to promote an album, and hopefully not getting sick of each other in the process. So that's a good thing.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
And with doing these kind of tours, it's becoming more and more comfortable just to be able to play with anybody?
Yeah, that's always been our thing. We've really never been a part of any scene or clique since we started.
Yeah.
So we never got comfortable with any kind of genre or show. Some are more, I guess, forgiving than others. It's cool to play goth industrial shows and with goth industrial bands, and there's kind of that built-in demographic where people just kind of get it. Whether it's just the aesthetics or the kind of music we play or whatever, there's just an acceptance that's there. That's a little harder to go into in the metal world or whatever.
We've
never claimed to be a metal band. I still don't say we're a metal band. We incorporate metal, yeah, sure, but we're not a purebred metal band.
There's a lot of heavier moments, but I just consider you guys a band.
Yeah, exactly. We're just a band that has a lot of different dynamics and colors and a big range. That's really it. If someone calls themselves one style of music, they're limiting themselves to that. It's like bandwidth or something, you know. You can either say you have this much depth and range, or you have this.
Yeah.
We'll never limit ourselves to one style of music. I think we've past that point.
I'm very glad to hear that too. And on that note, has there been anything written for any upcoming releases yet?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, totally. There's pieces, and we're going to start to assemble these things when we have some time. I mean, we know conceptually what the next release is going to be. We're totally all over it. Conceptually, we know the style of music, we know what it's going to be. It's definitely going to be a nod to our roots. Our first band with Fratellis. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be what, you know, people have come to expect from us, I guess. It's going to be cool.
I'm very glad to hear that too. So just to wrap things up, is there anything else that you'd like to bring up that I haven't brought up yet?
Yeah, I noticed a couple dislikes on the first interview. I'm going to guess that it was because it was a sunny day, and people don't like sunny days, so they hit dislike.
Yeah, I mean, when you're touring...
YouTube people, you know, sun, stay away from the sun,
Yeah, I mean, when you're touring with Paradise Lost and Catatonia, you expect it to be like a dark, gloomy day or something like that.
Yeah, it must have been that. Or the location, there was grass, maybe the person didn't like grass, you know, so dislike. Let's be negative and hate everything and just click dislike.
Yeah.
But thanks, that was fun. That was a fun interview, watching that back. It brought back memories, it brought back the day in that tour, so. Yeah, man. Thanks for the support.
Oh, I'm glad to do it. I love playing you guys. Cool. I love coming to see you guys.
Thanks.
Do everything I can to support you.
Right on. Thanks.
No problem, man. So once again, this has been Ronnie from Stolen Babies, and this is that drummer guy, Josh Runquist. Thank you.
Here's some nice pentatonic scale music for you. This is Ronnie from Stolen Babies, and you're listening to That Drummer Guy.